We're on this walking trail right here. I'm going to try not to hit the camera, and I'm going to put it right in the middle just because I know there's activity right here, and we're going to use a K9 Extreme. We want the coyotes to, or cat, I'd take a cat, to walk through the jaws. That would be over the jaws. We want them to walk through the jaws. So I'm going to cut out just a little bitty bed right here. For my trap to sit in. This is not going to be showy. Not going to be showy at all. I just want my trap to sit just under, flush with the ground. There we go. We're going to get rid of this stuff right here. Cut out a spot for our jaws, or for our levers, I mean. See if y'all can still see that. Yes. We're just doing some testing right here, some fitting. So I got to come out wider. That's about right. Actually, I took out a little too much on that side. Now, get this plenty of room for the jaws. Now I'm going to take out a spot deeper in the center. And the reason I'm doing that is for my chain and anchor to fit in. Now, some of y'all may be wondering why I'm not wearing gloves, or if I'm worried about scent control. I'm worried, yes and no, about scent being on, bait scent being on the trap. You don't want the trap to smell like the bait, because then that draws the coyote's attention to the trap. But as far as my scent out here, I've been walking out here for 2 weeks now, and these coyotes are still coming through here. They know I'm here. They don't care. They still doing their thing. So we're gonna run with it. Take my wolf fang. Don't think I'll have to have a super long lead on this one. Sink it down in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on night latch. If you don't know what a night latch is, there is I can't show you at the moment, but there is a spot filed right here on the very back of this pan, and it's gonna sit. See if I can show you on this trap. Okay. All right, y'all see that edge right there? That's the night latch. Okay. So whenever you open these up on this trap, it's going to sit right here. It's gonna sit right there. Can't see on camera. It's gonna sit right there. So if you look at it, look at that trap now. See how high it's sitting? We want it to be, we want that pan to be a little lower. So we're gonna try and do this without it going off. If it does, it ain't gonna hit me because my hands are up under. So we're gonna gently bring this down. There should be a click. Ooh, I'm nervous. Whew. All right, now it's on a hair trigger. So we got that squared away. And you gotta bed your trap. That's one of the most important things with trapping predators, especially coyotes, is you gotta make sure that trap is bedded and it is not gonna move. Luckily, we are surrounded by clay, so bedding a trap is not gonna be an issue. This is gonna bed really nice. All right, so that trap, no wiggle to that. Now to cover it up. Normally, you could use the dirt and everything around you, but like I just said, we are in clay, so I'm gonna try and get some grass and blend it in as best I can with just grass and see how that looks. And this is almost like a blind set. We know that they're coming through here. So it's almost like a blind set. But we're going to give them something to stop and think about. But they got love on their mind. And I'm going to put, let's see what I got in here. Ooh, let me see. I'm gonna put two things. I'm gonna put something from Down South Trappers in there, crow's blood. Then Dunlap Hostile Gland Lure. I'm gonna put a hole on both sides. I'm just gonna push my rod straight down. I'll go ahead and show y'all. Get this stuff out of the way. So my trap is right here. So a little hole right there. Little hole right there. Pop the top on that. Look for a stick. Let's see if we can just. Let me find a stick. Get that nice and covered on there. And we're going to drop it down that hole. Do it one more time just in case. Now I think there's a fine balance with how much lure and bait you put on a coyote set. I've heard that too much will scare them away. So you don't want to go crazy with it. But then sometimes I see people, they'll put a whole spoonful down the hole. So it could go either way, I guess. Let's see. I haven't caught that many coyotes before, so I've yet to catch anything on this. But in Alabama, this stuff is heavily sought after. Now that's got a smell to it. Very unique. Alright, that's it guys. That's a wrap. That's the set. That's the set. That's all we're going to do. That ain't nothing fancy. Like I said, we're on this trail right here. They're already coming through here. So it just makes sense to me. They're already coming through here. That they would stop and check it out. Oh man. Like I said, as far as scent control goes, these coyotes already know I'm in here. The only thing that I'm extremely, and I can't even say extremely, but the only thing that really weighs on my mind is if you get scent on the trap itself, and not really your scent, because they already know your smell. So they know my smell. They're used to me coming up and down this road every day. Have been for 2 weeks, so they know my smell. So if they smell me going down the road, they're not going to think nothing of it. What you don't want is that bait and lure on your trap, because they want that, you know. They want to smell that, and that's what would mess you up. We're heading out now, so that's a wrap. No catches on the beavers. Got a couple of coyote sets out. We're gonna see what happens. Well, that's all for that video. See y'all on the next one. Y'all be good. Alright guys, we're on this coyote set I put out a couple of weeks ago, and I have been seeing a couple of coyotes come through here. And the set is right here. And like I said, I've been seeing a few come through here, but they're not checking up. I had one that stopped and sniffed around, and it was just everywhere but on the trap. So I'm gonna try and slow it down a little bit more. It's coming through here pretty consistently. The lure that I've used so far has been very mild, so this time I'm gonna try and use a couple of different tactics. I want to use some stronger lure, and I've placed this log here. This is probably 7-foot limb that was just off the side here. I've placed it into the path, and I'm going to put a gland lure right here on the lip of it right here, and I'm going to put a good dab of it in there. One, it closes off the path a little bit, but still plenty of room out here for them to circle around. So it's doing two things. It's going to hold my lure, and it's kind of narrowing down their path without them actually knowing that it's narrowing it down. So for the gland lure, we're going to use a Dunlap lure here. I've had good luck with this stuff before. We're just going to see if we can smear some on here. Alright. So it's got a good smell to it. And then if y'all remember, we got 2 bait holes right here, and we're going to use Cavin's Violator 7 in one and Cavin's Terminator in the other one. Again, we already know they're coming through here because we see the tracks and we see them on camera. The goal is just to get them to stop long enough to continue to investigate and continue to hang around the set as long as possible to increase our catch chances. Like I said, I put this out probably 2 weeks ago, I guess, and haven't had that much interaction with it. The one coyote that did stop, he was just a few feet away, inches away, really, inches away. All right, so that's it. We're not going to mess with the set itself. We've just added a couple things, and we're going to see what happens. We got a big front coming in tonight. We're going to see if that affects them at all. But short little add-on. This will probably go to the video where I made this set, and we'll see y'all on the next one. All right, y'all. I got skunked last night. Not literally, but I got a coyote that slipped by me again. Third night in a row that it's come through here, and it's kind of poked around, but nothing happened. And then the beaver's giving me a slip on the dam, but I did catch a raccoon, and as you can see, he made a little bit of a catch circle, not a bunch, not a big mess. And I'm just going to remake this set. This set's got a bunch of scent in it. The coyote's already coming through here. I'm just trying to come up with some kind of combination of scent, lure, bait, whatever, that'll get this coyote to hang out a little bit more. You can see the raccoon left us a nice gift right here. So we're going to be using this to our advantage. We're going to be putting it where a coyote can see it. He's going to be able to smell it. So we're going to put that there. This is where the new trap bed is. This is just nasty, gunky clay right here. So when I got here, the trap was just caked up real bad. You're not going to be able to put wet, chunky clay on your trap. You'll be able to bed with it. You can bed a trap real solid in this stuff, but you cannot cover your trap with it. For obvious reasons, it's going to gunk up. It ain't going to sift real nice or spread real nice. But if you're ever out in the trapping woods and you don't have any of the wax dirt or peat moss or whatever, I'm going to show you what you can look for to cover up your trap here. I have to take you off your stand. Ooh, if I can. Alright, y'all still with me? Yeah. Alright. So whenever I put the set in, it stood out a lot. It still stands out a little bit, but not near as much as it did. And like I said, you can't use this chunky clay. That's what that was. That's what's all around this, just chunky clay. But if you need something to sift over your trap, I'm gonna show y'all a little trick that y'all can look for when y'all are out here. It was almost at freezing last night, so I came over here and I borrowed some dirt from our ant friends. Like I said, it was freezing, so they weren't stirring around. They're starting to stir up a little bit, but you just get you a bunch of dirt from that ant bed, because that ant bed's gonna be dry, not tacky, sticky at all, and you bring it over here, and that's what you do with it. You sift that over your pan instead of having to use just this gumbo stuff. So that's a little trick for you. So to get this coyote to stop. Like I said, I'm gonna put up a video of it coming through here. I don't know if it's the same one. It could be, it could not be. I'm not sure. So twice when it comes through, it's poking around. I mean, it does a little bit of sniffing, you know, I mean, but it doesn't really commit to the set like I want it to. The third time, and you'll see that in the video, it sees my camera over there. Right there in the middle of your screen, it's on that tree. It sees my camera over there. And he sneaks off through the back here. So I'm going to try and come up with something that holds his attention. I think I've put this on a video, but I dragged this piece, the stick limb, further out into the trail here. I dragged one that way, and this is where my original set was, and it's still there. This right here, and it hasn't caught anything yet. I've seen a coyote come within just a few inches. That first video that I'll show, he was stepping all over this. So I'm going to try and put some good bait down in these holes right here. I'm going to put some more lure on the end of the stick limb. Just trying to hold the coyote's attention. I almost caught a bobcat last night, and I don't want to do that because season's over with, and I don't have a permit for bobcats on this property. Bobcats aren't what I'm targeting on this property, so I don't want to catch a bobcat now. So glad I didn't do that, but we did catch a raccoon. We're gonna try and figure out some bait to use. That was my bait hole that I used yesterday before I caught the raccoon. So we're gonna put, that bait is missing, so we're gonna put more bait down there. The raccoon found this plastic something or another, I don't know what it is, some kind of plastic container, and chewed it all up. So we're going to use that to our advantage, and we're going to put some lure in that, and that's going to kind of waterproof it and keep it good and strong for several days. That's my idea, at least. That's my idea. So there's the remake. Stands out a little bit. Once everything dries out in the sun today, it's all going to blend in real nice. Like I said, it was a lot worse than that. That stood out a lot. That stood out about like that did. But borrowed some dirt from our ant friends over there, covered it up real good, and we're gonna see how it goes from there. We're gonna be using Violator 7, that's good stuff, and Dunlap gland lure. We're gonna put that in here. We're gonna be using some down south trapper stuff, crow's blood over there, and probably another combination of something that I ain't decided yet. But we got a bag full of goodies. We're gonna try it out. What I want to avoid, and I hope doesn't happen, is putting too much scent out. You can put so much scent out that it'll spook the coyote. So I don't want to do that. We're just seeing what works, guys. We're already here doing this beaver job. We know coyotes are coming through because we've seen them on the camera and stuff. We've actually spooked them out of here, checking our beaver sets. Might as well throw some coyote sets in here while we're coming. So we're just gonna see what happens. So that's it. That's pretty much a wrap. Got the set there. Got the set right there. Maybe we'll have a catch. He's been coming through here pretty much every night, so we're gonna see if he comes through again. Beavers are giving me a slip on the dam. I didn't know exactly what happened, or I don't have a new count because my battery died in my camera, but they put that dam up really fast. They plugged that up really good in like 24 hours. So we're gonna watch them, see what happens, and we're gonna go from there. So I'll probably tack this onto another video, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Guys, we can't get no closer than that. It just can't happen. Y'all saw all them coyotes literally chewing on that log right there. My trap is right there. The trap is good. There's no mud. It hasn't been stepped on. They moved all around that right there. I mean, they were literally chewing on that stick. And they didn't step on it. Even over here. This one I was concerned about. Because it's up under this mud, right? And y'all hear them knees cracking? Good gracious. So that one, I'm not really sure if that one would fire or not. I mean, that's my pan right there. I mean, there's coyote tracks right there. I mean, those coyotes were all over this. My bait was right here. Bait was in that. Y'all saw the video. I don't know how much closer. I mean, you can't get no closer. I mean, 3 coyotes. All them feet. And they all missed my trap. Blows my mind. But hey, shout out to the lure maker that I put on there. I'm pretty sure. I'm not even going to say in this video because I can't remember. I'm going to go back and watch the video earlier, the video where I baited this, rebaited this. I'm going to go watch that again and see what lure I put right there. But we have been through so many rains, guys, since I put that lure right there. And they were literally chewing on that stick. Blows my mind. Anyway, we ain't going to do nothing with it. We ain't going to do nothing with it. We're going to leave it. I mean, if they can smell that long, I mean, I don't know what else to do except add more traps. And unfortunately, story of my life, I don't have time. But I can't believe they didn't step on that. Blows my mind. Alright, well, this is going to be the wrap of that video, or this video. It was a couple of videos put together, I guess. But this is going to conclude that, and probably going to have to title it Outsmarted by a Coyote, or Coyotes Got Lucky or something. But I'm going to leave it. I don't want to dig this up. I'm positive that trap right there would fire if I put something on it. So I'm not going to mess with it. That one I'm concerned about because all of that was clay. All of that is clay, right? But I thought that I cleaned out the bed, the trap bed, enough to where I wouldn't have to worry about nothing getting up under the pan. So that could be good. There ain't no paw prints on top of the pan, so I don't think anything stepped on it and it didn't fire off. At this point, I may just be paranoid. I should probably invest in some of that, what do they call it? Peat moss or whatever. Anyway, that's a wrap of this video, guys. So maybe we'll catch another coyote at some point. They all whooping me right now. But anyway, see y'all on the next one. Y'all be good.